Okay, so anyways, to the day I get fired from my wonderful, wonderful job. I come into work, I'm wearing slacks, a button up, I'm working. We need to put paper bags out in the front. So what you do is you take this gigantic thing of paper bags, you gotta rip it apart, and then you gotta sort them out because they're flipped different ways and put them in. So I was getting that and I was flipping my stack the right direction, and I see Morgana walking towards me. And I look over, and then she looks down, she sees that I'm picking up the paper bags. She gives me this stank look, like this, the worst look I've gotten in my life. Like it kind of hurt my feelings that someone looked at me that way. Like, so she gives me that look, and then she like backs up, gives me like that thing, and crosses her arms, waits for me to move, and then she picks up the stuff. How am I not supposed to get upset about that? So I go into the break room, I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, I really can't do this today, I'm trying so hard, I don't know what to do. And he's like, look, sweetie, just ignore it, push forward, and try not to lose your cool. So I ignore it, and I wait and wait and wait for another coworker to get there because it's only her and I at that point. And I'm like, you know what? I can't even bag with this woman anymore because she will stop cashiers. She will stop them from what they're doing, their job that they get paid to do, and ask them to hand her stuff. When that is my job. My job is to easily just do this. Hand it to her. She does not have enough maturity to even look at me. This woman is acting like a 16-year-old girl in high school. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's literally what this shit is now. It's high school. So I'm mad, man. And this guy, he comes up, he's my customer. I've known him for a while, and he gets Iams dog food. And I know there's an Iams dog food coupon in the coupon box because I just took one for buy one, get one free. So I go to grab the coupon box and I'm looking through it. Morgana says to me,
I know what's in that box and you don't.
In front of a customer. So I'm still looking through the box. I just ignore what she says. And she snatches the box from my hand. And she looks at a cashier and goes,
this is how she treats me.
I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm calling my father. We're having a meeting with the manager. This is done. Oh, this wasn't the day I got fired. See, all this is such bullshit. It's making me like go bleh. So this is the day before I got fired. So I lose my cool. I call my dad. My dad comes. I'm crying. I'm so mad. Like, I can't control anything at this point. My emotions are just gone. And we go to talk with the manager. Manager does not give two shits about what I have to say. She says just ignore the problem. Like, no, I am coming to you about a situation at hand. I have proof. I have people willing to come forward about this, and you ignore everything I say. So she basically just sends me home, and I don't get any money for that day because, again, I don't get paid by a salary. I get paid for tips. So I'm off for about a week, and then I come into work, and I'm done with trying to communicate with Morgana. I can't anymore. So I tell my coworkers, hey, if you see that she's about to help me, then just go in and take the spot, or if I have to go help her, just go in and take that spot. And everything's fine for a few hours, and then I go to start bagging this woman, and I'm almost done. I have about like 4 items left, and Morgana comes over and she's throwing it into the cart, like not even trying to act respectful. She's boom, throwing it like that, throwing toilet paper and tissues into the cart. And I'm like, yo, okay, no. I get tipped on the quality of the service. I get paid for that, so I'm not about to have you ruining my tip for me. I'm like, I don't need any help, Morgana. You can just go sit down. I have like 2 more things left. I'm just gonna throw them in this bag. And she grabs the other thing, throws it down into the bag like loud, like chunk, like that. I'm like, look, I don't need help. Can you go sit down? And she runs to the manager and she tells them that I'm being disrespectful, I'm blatantly ignoring orders, all this other stuff. And he comes over to me and he tells me that I need to start following orders because this is not Sophia's commissary. In front of my customer, they are saying that I am disrespectful and disobedient in front of my customer. I haven't even taken this woman out yet. I told her I don't need help. Like, the customer didn't even hear me say that. And like, they're sitting there and they're just saying all this stuff in front of my customer, and I'm like, we will deal with this when I get back inside. Let me take care of my customer, and I will talk to you in your office when I come back in, okay? And he's like, okay, whatever. So I go and I unload all the woman's stuff, and she's like, wow. She's just really awkward at this point. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm about to go get fired. And she's like, I'm sorry. So I go back inside, then I walk back into the office. That one manager brought back the other store manager. And then I go in and I'm like, look guys, I told you about the situation. I told you that I've been having problems with her. I told you guys this, that she's causing all this drama with me. And no one has done a thing about it. So the only solution is for me and her to just ignore each other. And then he says to me,
No. No. If you're gonna work here, you're gonna respect your boss.
how can I respect my boss when she says she's doing anything and everything to get me fired when I do nothing wrong? God, this pisses me off so much. So I go and I'm holding my phone and I go to unlock it and I'm walking out the door and I'm like, okay, this means I'm fired, right? And then they say, yes, you're fired, leave your number and go. And I'm like, okay. So I walk out and I'm dialing my dad and he stops me and he says, and if you're gonna go call your little daddy, you can go to the garrison, the army garrison, and talk to them because we don't want to see you two in the store. Alright, I mean, you ignored me for 4 months. I worked there for 4 months. You ignored me for 4 months about this woman of I have been constantly complaining about this woman treating me unfairly, and you have had zero problems with me with my other bosses. I have worked under 3 bosses there, and not a single one except for her has had a problem. It's because she cannot get past her feelings. She gets a stick up her ass about something, and it can't be fucking pulled out. She badmouthed me to all my future employers there. I am unable to get a job there because of her pettiness. Her blatant pettiness against a teenager. A 40-year-old woman is ruining a teenager's life because she doesn't like her. So obviously I get terminated for no reason. I'm pissed off about this. I go to the store director. He says flat out to me, I do not want to hear this. Go somewhere else. So I call the person he tells me to call to deal with this. They say they have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about and why I'm there because they're not in charge of the commissary baggers. Why would an army garrison be in charge of commissary baggers? So I go to the legal office. The legal office tells me I can't do anything because it's blatant discrimination against a person that is she's discriminatory only towards me, but she has shown zero signs of being discriminatory because of my gender, my sex, my looks, my skin color, like all those. She has not shown any signs against that, so I cannot press legal charges on her for firing me from my job that fucking feeds me and my family. So I go back to the store director. I tell him all of this, literally every single thing of this, plus more, because there's some things that I just can't share on the internet. I told him all of this, and he hasn't said a word back to me, and that was 2 weeks ago. So here I am, YouTube. I'm here to complain about my problems because they don't get done anywhere else. Like, I always get the short end of the stick, but you know what? I don't care anymore because if you're 40 and your intentions in life are just to fuck with someone else's, you're the one. You're the one that's the bad person in the situation, not me. I did nothing wrong.
Hi guys, it's Sophia again. I forgot to film an outro. Or I did film one, but I said some mean things in it that I shouldn't be saying, so I decided to make another one. The only reason why I am so settled about this is because I know that karma is gonna come around and kick her in the ass one day, because, you know, I can't do anything more about it except complain on the internet, because as you guys heard, like, I've tried everything, literally everything, to get the situation figured out, and If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I'm actually going to be trying to upload a bit more. So obviously I suck asshole at filming outros. This is my 3rd attempt. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Let's have a conversation about how shitty my life is. Like, thanks for watching and tolerating my, as some people will call it, privileged complaints. Yeah. Bye.